I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me.
Of course, man.
So, how did the shows go?
Yeah, the shows was great. This summer was incredible for us. Yeah, I mean, that was the biggest shows, the biggest festivals in Germany we played, and yeah, it was last year. We played little shows in our hometowns, little
Mhm.
clubs. Of course, that's great too. No, no, but yeah, I think when you play Wacken, it's the holy ground, and
Sure.
yeah.
And that's a testament to how far you've come, my friend.
Yeah, I think there are a little bit of people that liked our music, so it was possible for us to play these big shows.
I wanted to ask you about the album. How long did it take to put the actual material together?
For that's a long story, yeah. I think let's just wait for Marcus just a
Sure.
second. He will join us soon. Um,
Absolutely.
the last album was 2013.
Yes.
For this 2025, the next album. But myself, I joined the band 2021. And in 21 the album was, yeah, quite not finished. Yeah, I think it was 4 years until it finished then, but the ground was built, I have to say,
Hmm.
and we worked hard together. I bring my style a little bit in it then, and yeah, the other guys welcomed me so warmly to the band, and yeah, it was a process for a long time, for years. We have to say it was years, yeah.
We was talking about how well the shows went for you guys.
So, yeah, now finally I hear everything. I see you guys. So yeah.
Excellent. We were talking about how the shows went for you guys.
Well, I would say not too bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great fun. We had a fantastic summer. We had really awesome audience on pretty much every show. And it was for us it was a dream come true, right? So
And we were also talking about the album, about the gap between albums and about how long it took the material put the material together.
took some years, yeah.
Yeah, as we already talked about, it was 12 years, I think so, since the last album.
Yeah. In the end, it's 12 years since that time stories to Anthropocene. But like concentrated work, it was about 5 years or something, I would say.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And I also want to talk to you about the track Seasons in Black because I wanted to ask you what came first, the chicken or the egg? Has the song been around for a long time?
The song, well, the music, when we had the song as music wise, our singer, Luke, he said, "Hey, let's name that track Seasons in Black." So he had this melody in his mind about the chorus, it's something about the Seasons in Black, and then I was working around with the lyrics, and I had the chorus. I found, yeah, that could work, and I was thinking for weeks. In the end, I think it was months. How could we like get this thing really cool? And then I had the idea. Well, let's use it's two verses. Let's use the first verse for phrases and song titles from our first album, and the second from the second album. So it came together quite well, I think. Quite happy with the result. And I mean, those riffs, Roman, who wrote the song, is just it's amazing, just pretty awesome. So I still really love the song.
And how did the video go for you guys and where was it shot at?
I have to think about it. Do we have a video for Seasons in Black?
Yeah, it was the
Yes.
first video. It was the first single.
Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah, the old clips. Yeah, they were taken about over the years. I mean, 69, Season in Black was founded, and 96, sorry.
Mm.
And since then, sometimes there were someone with a camcorder and they recorded the show, and these clips came to the video. Yeah.
Yeah.
From 96 to, I think, 2023 or something. 24, maybe.
24, I think it was 24 last year, the first time when we sold out the club in our hometown,
Yeah, right.
where we play a show every year, and so we recorded that, and we had said, okay, that's pretty cool footage. Let's use it and let's mix it up with some historical clips from over the years to show the development of the band. And as we knew, this new album is gonna have some more promotion on a bigger scale. Let's introduce Seasons in Black, the new versions of Seasons in Black, to the world in with this video. So yeah.
I wanted to ask you as well if you could speak on the track "Hell Again."
Oh, that's a deep cut from the album.
It's my favorite track on the album.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yes.
That's a first, actually, right, Leon?
Yeah, I think so. I never heard one that said this is the favorite one.
But I would pass the ball back again to you. It would be really interesting what you like about the song that makes you like it the most on the album.
I think the thing that grabbed me about the album about it was its placement on the album and where it served in between tracks. I think it was a really great bridge between tracks, and it really kept you immersed to see the different transitions throughout the album.
Mhm.
Nicely put. So when you ask, it's my personal opinion. For me, it's my least favorite track on the album. But it's I mean, just if I would have to pick a least favorite, I'm still very, very happy with the whole album. But that's just my opinion. It's I think it's still a nice song, but it would not be my favorite pick if I would choose a favorite song. We had the whole structure of the song was also pretty evolved when we started to put some lyrics on it. So and then we were trying to do different things. So the first thing I had in mind was the inspiration for the basic song was something about taking painkillers and overdoing them, and then getting addicted to painkillers and substances. That was the original phrase behind it, and the inspiration for that was an interview with Phil Anselmo, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, because when he said he had to take those fucking painkillers, and then it all started going out of hand. So I had this interview, and somewhere I put down some lyrics, and then we changed it to Hell Again. So if you depend if you have like a very if you suffer from a sickness or and then you have to take medications and you have to rely on them, and that really kind of fucks you up. So that's pretty much the meaning behind the song.
And I wanted to ask you as well, if you could speak on the album artwork and the artist that was involved in the album.
Yeah, the artist was Adrian Baxter from London. We're quite happy that we could take a hold of him because I still think it's a really, really beautiful album cover. And when we started recording the songs, and I was thinking how could we name the whole album, the track and the title Anthropocene came in mind because I saw a documentary years ago, Anthropocene, the Era of Man. I think it's a Canadian documentary, pretty impressive, pretty impressive pictures, really nice shot, and then I had this Anthropocene thing in mind. And during the time I was working in science, so I had different scientific approaches that I was working with, and one of them was the planetary boundaries. So the 9 planetary boundaries, which are pretty much a health scale for our planet. And I found that very interesting because of the 9. And when we were thinking about, okay, Anthropocene is going to be our 3rd album, so we like to play around with numbers, and that's where I came. Hey, 9 is like 3 times 3, so that's pretty
Sure.
interesting. And during that time, I was also traveling to Mexico, and I learned about the 9 underworlds of the Maya, a civilization was already gone down. And then I thought, oh, and the 9 planetary boundaries, this comes along very, very nicely. And so I made some sketches, and I had in mind something like an old picture you could find in a cave or something, or in an old book that should appear, something like that. And I thought about who could do this like as a good artist. And I'm a big fan of the latest Halo Effect singles and albums. So I like the artwork a lot, and I thought, yeah, just try. And I took some digital artworks from Adrian Baxter, put it together, and said, hey, man, we think about doing the next album. We would like to have you as an artist. That would be some ideas. Would you be open to work with us? And I also said, I'm sorry, I don't want to tamper with your work, but it's just how I want to imagine it. And yeah, and then we mailed back and forth. It was all done per email, and I think we had like 2 or 3 calls. And he put it together for us. He made all the symbols and everything. So each of the 9 symbols is one of the planetary boundaries, and put it all together and put our logo in the middle. So yeah, that's the story behind the artwork.
And for a new fan like me, I wanted to ask you if you could take me back in time and how we got to where we are today.
Oh, it's a long travel, and for me the journey started 20 years ago. So I'm not a founding member, and Leon is our youngest, freshest member. Joined us 5 years ago. So when you ask me how that came together, well, the band started in 1996 in deep Bavarian forest, and was a project of just heavy metal fans. And then it started to gain some more and more traction. And I had a band myself during the early 2000s. I came in contact with Luke, our singer and founder of the band. And and then we played together with our bands, with my former band and with Seasons in Black. And all of a sudden, Luke changed. On one day, it came along that the old lineup could not hold up, and then he changed the lineup. And then he asked me, because there were not so many keyboard players around who play metal. He asked me if I wouldn't want to join. And that's pretty much how it started. And from then on, in the first years, we played a lot of shows because I was a student. We had a lot of time. Then it just kept on going and going. We put out the first album, which all the songs have been pretty much already written. We just went to the studio, put it in with the new members, and then played those shows. And it took also, I think, like 8 years from the first album to the second album, when all of a sudden we had new ideas, more groovy approach, and there we went with the second album, which was already produced at our guitarist at Roman's studio, which turned out to be a really good thing because we had no time pressure at all. So we just went there, worked on the songs, worked on the lyrics, and tried different things. And then we had a solid group of members and played for years and years, but only just about like a handful of gigs, or maybe sometimes 1 or 2 shows a year. And that's how it went during the years. So it was always, we kept going and going. It was always great fun to play, but in the end, we just played a few shows and that was it. And because the distances between the members also increased. So in one point, I was working in Switzerland, living in Switzerland, and I had to travel 7 hours. I mean, for you in America, that's like nothing, but for us, it's like distance.
Sure.
7 hours to the rehearsal room, and also from all the other members, workload increased and families were founded, and what just
Sure.
life happens. But we kept on going because it was always great fun. And I mean, a few years ago, and especially with the lineup change, with bringing Leon to the band, there's just a new fresh blood in there and a new excitement. And all of a sudden, it felt so good that there was a real push inside the whole band, and we said, okay, let's do it. Let's bring together new songs. Let's try what we can do. And then we also tried, okay, we knew there's new energy in the band. And then we said, okay, how far can we bring this? And we had a great possibility with a new label, awesome supporters, and we're so grateful that we have the chance with our local club in Calm, where the band is pretty much founded in the area, that we could play every year, even though we did not have any new material or at all. They always gave us a show every year. We could have a big party, and without that, I think we would not have made it so far. But long story short, a few things really came all together very, very nicely, especially with bringing Leon to the band, which is awesome. And now, we can. It feels like a fresh start, and it's amazing. That's pretty much the story in like 5 minutes, Marcus.
And how did the audition go? How did our friend here become a member of the band?
Yeah, it was a cool story. I think 2020 or 21, and Roman, the other guitarist, I knew him for 10 years, I think, or 15 years maybe. With my old band, we recorded some tracks in his studio, so we knew already. And it was a funny story. I was at a party already drunk, and my phone rings, yeah. Roman, yeah. Hey, what's up? And yeah, short story. Would you like to join the band? And I said, I mean, yeah, I have already two bands. How much do we play live for rehearsals? Yeah, only 2 or 3 times a year. So I said, yeah, man, of course, let's do it. Why not? I
Right.
like the people, so the music is cool. Why not? And yeah, I'm really, really thankful for this, for the call of Roman and for all of the guys. I said it already. They all welcomed me so warmly. And I think this year was the greatest year of all our lives. Stories you will never forget, gigs and crowds you will never forget. And
Sure.
I'm really, really thankful.
And a strong year lies ahead for you. What are your plans for 26?
Yeah, some cool shows, I think. I just have to think about it, which one are already announced. I think Full Metal Maierhofen, it's some, how do I say it? It's a thing from Wacken
Hmm.
in the Austrian Alps, I think. A big party, I think it goes a week or something in the
Yeah.
snow. Little clubs, big stages, and just a week of party and heavy metal music.
And was there any tracks that didn't make the cut for the album?
Oh, actually, plenty. To be honest, we had a lot of material. So we had, well, at least snippets, you could say.
Mm.
But we had also. I mean, we really tried stuff. We even I don't know if you know that, Leon, that we had a song where we even tried letting Harry, our drummer, sing. So he had some nice crazy vocal lines. Like, yeah, let's just do it. And there was some totally different stuff. So we played around with it. I think maybe parts of that song still exist. We even had like two or three songs, I think, which were already like from the song structure, had partially already some lyrics, but which did not make the cut in the end, because we, we said, okay, we want to have the strongest 9 songs, and that was pretty much it. Yeah.
And can we look forward to another release at a quicker pace now that the band is set?
Yeah, I think next year we have some plans, yeah. At least one single will join the world of maybe metal. Maybe two, maybe three, but one will came surely.
Yeah.
And going back to the album, I wanted to ask you, what is the best way to get a physical copy of this album and any merchandise that you have?
The best way is through our web shop, which is linked through our website, seasonsinblack.com. This is pretty much the best way. I'm not quite sure if we ship to the US, to be honest, for the physical copies. We have to check that.
But if not, we have.
I know sending anything right now overseas is just crazy. I
Yeah.
know some of the previous purchases I've made, I've gotten with friends, and we get together for one shipment to save some cost. Because to get a CD anymore, it costs more to ship than the actual CD costs.
Mhm. Mhm. How did you get the hold of the album? By the digital review copy, right?
Yes. Yes. I don't know if it was you that I had spoken to earlier, but I have friends all around I'm in 32 different countries, and I'm constantly being sent, hey, check these guys out, check these guys out. And
Mhm.
that's how I got to hear your music.
Okay, cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, so you definitely have some hardcore fans out there that definitely want to get the word out. And once I heard the album, I couldn't wait to speak with you, my friends.
Nice. Thanks.
Thank you. So cool for us too. And if it's not possible to ship it to the US, we have to play some shows in the US, I think.
Absolutely. If you get to the thought of being able to do that, I'd be glad to help you out with booking in that.
Okay, thank you. Let's see how the next year is running, and then maybe we get in touch.
Yeah,
Excellent.
let's see. We work on some international physical distribution also for some areas. So let's see how that comes along.
Excellent. And lastly, my friends, I wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what would that message be?
I think a big thank you. I don't know. I mean, without the fans, we were nothing, and the shows, and not my opinion is the shows are great. Of course, they buy the physical stuff, and we are really thankful for this. But when you see, and I think this year it comes along that there are some people we never met and we never saw, and they wearing our merch and know the songs, know the lyrics,
Yeah.
sing along, and yeah, it makes something in your body. I think it's
Yeah.
warm for your soul.
Definitely. Definitely. Big thank you for everybody who listens, streams, buys a physical copy, buys a shirt, or whatever comes to shows. That's yeah, we're really thankful that we can experience that. It's beyond amazing.
Well, I wanted to thank you, my friends, for taking time to speak with me. You definitely have made a new fan here in the United States, and I look forward to what lies ahead for you, my friends.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
Thank
your time.
you.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your day, my friends.
You too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers.
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 Bye bye.
Bye.